So you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Garden Ridge, Texas. This video, Steve and I are going to take you around the absolutely cute and quaint suburb of Garden Ridge, Texas. This is a suburb right outside of San Antonio, and if you're looking for a home with some acreage and some peaceful tranquility, this is a great suburb for you to consider. We're going to take you around multiple homes and neighborhoods so you can see what Garden Ridge has to offer as well as the price points. And you definitely want to stick around till the very end. Steve and I are going to take you to the best kept secret in Garden Ridge, and you don't want to miss it. It's a great family-friendly activity to do out here. So without further ado, let's get after it. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you are one of the first to get notified when we drop a new video with market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls and emails from people just like you every single day who are looking to buy or sell real estate right here in the San Antonio area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that move, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below in the description box. Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice to help you make that smooth transition into the area. Now, let's get into Garden Ridge. This is an absolutely stunning, cute, country-like area, suburb, whatever you want to call it, city, right outside of San Antonio. And as you can see, the population is just over 4,100. It's not big, it's very small. It's considered to be in Comal County, so the schools do go to Comal. Now there is an elementary, a middle, and a high school right here in Garden Ridge, so you're not having to drive the kids far, and the schools are rated very well. Now the homes in this area usually range between a ½ acre to two acres, and some are larger. But you definitely want to stick around and check out these homes with us, because in Garden Ridge, you just get land plus some great homes. Garden Ridge was started in 1972 by 200 residents that got tired of dealing with Shirts and Cibolo in San Antonio, and they created their own city. So it has that really small town home vibe that you will definitely love. And according to niche.com, it was voted number 86 out of 412 suburbs as the best suburbs to raise a family in. So you get the land, you get the space, and you get the vibe and feel of the hill country. So with all of that being said about Garden Ridge, let's go check some homes out.
Alright, so we're here at house number 1 and the least expensive house in our Garden Ridge tour. So like Katie mentioned, Garden Ridge was started in 1972. The house we're going to be visiting is one of the older homes in Garden Ridge, and it was built in 1976, which I'll bring to you here shortly. But I wanted to focus in on Garden Ridge itself, located in the northeast part of San Antonio, on the outskirts of San Antonio. Garden Ridge is its own little city, like Katie mentions. And a little thing about Garden Ridge, when you talk to the locals or the local real estate agents, especially when you say Garden Ridge, immediately we think space, right? Beautiful community and big yards. That's what Garden Ridge is known for. You get space away from your neighbors, but you're still in a community-like atmosphere where you can still see your neighbor. You just got space between them. They can't hear you flush the toilet or, you know, ask for some table salt through your windows. So Garden Ridge is just known for space and big, beautiful trees. If you can see behind me, all the lots here have giant, majestic oaks. They're all you know, just huge, canopied out, so you get that shade underneath them. Beautiful. They do require some upkeep, and they do drop leaves twice a year, but they're beautiful. They just take forever to get this big. And so that's one of the benefits of Garden Ridge, is you're getting the oak trees, you're getting the space, the yard, big backyards that are fenced, which is cool. So let's get on to this house over here. This is our first house, 9506 Sumac Circle. This thing is listed for $650,000. It sits on 1.1 of an acre, or 1 acre, right over 1 acre. It's 2,625 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath. It's just a big 1-story. It's my favorite floor plan, actually. I always say 2,600 square feet is all you really need in a home. And so, you know, I mean, unless you got a huge family, but if you just got a couple kids, 2,600 square feet is awesome. It's maintainable. The yard, 1 acre, as you can see, that's maintainable. I grew up on 2.2 acres, and my dad had us cutting the yard every weekend. We were trimming trees. It's just, you know, it was a lot to maintain. I love 1 acre of land. That's kind of me personally, what I want to retire on. You know, get yourself a riding lawnmower, cruise around on the weekends, take care of your trees. This particular home also sits on a corner, so it's probably gonna have a little bit bigger lot sitting on 1.1 besides the neighbors. So this house itself and all the other houses around here are located in Garden Ridge Estates. It's right down the street from the Garden Ridge Country Club that we passed. You can check out some of that footage. It's a beautiful country club. You do got to buy into it, but it had fishing, racquetball, tennis, just a place to go hang out on weekends, because you are on the outskirts. So if you want to go eat some dinner over there or meet some people and, you know, stay active. Yeah, they got some fishing. They had 2 cool fishing ponds there, which would be fun for the kids. And me, I'm a big kid, but just look at that. Look at the community. You can see it's very quiet in Garden Ridge, and that's the way they want to keep it. It's just people who want some privacy, some space, and they want big, beautiful trees and space away from the neighbors, along with just nice homes. But 1976, definitely one of the older homes that we're going to bring you today. So Garden Ridge started in 1972, and one of the older homes, 1976. Everything else is newer, and that's the unique part of Garden Ridge, is you can have a $650,000 house next to $1 million home, depending on the lot and the age of the house, right? You can tear down a house, which people have done in here, or they found a lot that was never built on, and they put up $1 million home right next to the $600,000 home. That's what you're selling out here. You're selling that lifestyle of space and big trees and quiet community. All right, on to the next.
We are here at house number 2 in Oak Meadow Estates. Now, this neighborhood is absolutely gorgeous. All of the homes in here sit on 3/4 of an acre or larger. The homes in this neighborhood range anywhere from $600,000 up to $1 million. Just depends on your acreage and how large your house is. So you also want to note that this neighborhood does not have an HOA. Most of Garden Ridge doesn't, but what I will say is I have a client living in Garden Ridge, and they talk about how Garden Ridge is its own HOA. It's a small town, and like I said in the beginning, it was formed by 200 residents, so they take this town very seriously. They have their own police force, and they do patrol and send letters out to homeowners. So just something to keep in mind, but it's all there to keep you safe, keep the area looking beautiful as it does, and you just get that hill country view. Now, I'm gonna interrupt this for a second because You don't know this about me, I'm a huge animal lover. And look at these little babies. I don't know if you can see them, but this is beautiful. And then they have the little babies. They're so cute. I love the hill country because you can really just get a view of wildlife, and they're so precious. I would take one home if I could. Steve won't let me. Our dog is big enough, apparently, but I would definitely take one of those babies home. Anyway, back to what we were talking about, 20518 Cedar Cavern. Now this home is listed at $730,000. It sits on 3/4 of an acre, so 0.76 of an acre to be exact. And just a little known fact for all of you out-of-staters that call and text Steve and I when we're out showing, I always get the question of how much square feet is that? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. In Texas, we don't do square feet except for home square feet. I don't know acreage in square feet. Please don't make me do that math. It's 0.76 of an acre. So this home was built by Perry. It's absolutely stunning, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and it has a pool, in-ground pool, gorgeous. You've got the primary bedroom downstairs. It's got a detached 3-car garage, which you will see as we get a little closer to that part of the home. It has a office, a game room, and a media room all in this house. It's just under 3,700 square feet. So large and in charge with the acreage to support it. This is an absolutely stunning home, great price, great area, and no HOA. So really, it's a win all the way around. So with all that being said, let's go on to house number 3.
Okay, so we're here at our 3rd and final home in Regency Oaks at Garden Ridge. This neighborhood is probably about 10 minutes off of I-35, maybe 15, depending on traffic and stop signs. That's all Garden Ridge really has is stop signs. That's how small it is. So as you can see, this house is a huge corner lot. It's 0.75. The house is massive though. That's the one thing about Garden Ridge is you don't really see any small homes. I mean, the first one we brought you was 2,600. Katie's was big, and this is bigger at 4,000, right over 4,000 square feet at 4,095. The address for this corner lot house is 9921 Michelle Hill. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, master bedroom upstairs. This house has everything. Like I said, it's over 4,000 square feet. It's got the primary bedroom upstairs. It's got 2 secondary bedrooms downstairs. It's got an office. It's got a huge game room. The backyard is super spacious. It's just a big home on 0.75 of an acre in Garden Ridge. And so as you can see, trees are all developed. These trees in particular are cedar trees, which some people like here in San Antonio. Some people call them non-native species. I've talked to an arborist and said they weren't native species. I don't know, but I don't really care for them. I love the big majestic oaks that you see with the huge canopies. These cedar trees carry pollen, but you can tell they've trimmed them up so they grow high. A lot of them look more bushy if they're unkept. And so, yeah, it's just a little fact about our trees here. We don't have the big towering trees, but when you do get the beautiful majestic oaks, you want to trim them up, get that canopy out so you can get grass growing under them. You can hang out under them. It's literally like 20 degrees cooler. We're in August and it is getting toasty. We try to film in the mornings, but it takes us half a day. And so, you know, it starts getting hot, especially wearing black. That wasn't very smart. A little fun fact about this neighborhood is it does have an HOA, which is out of the norm for Garden Ridge, but Garden Ridge is like many of the other communities that we brought to you. They have little communities mixed in all around the city of Garden Ridge. This HOA here is $300 a quarter. It doesn't really give you anything. It just maintains the common areas and the entries. And so it's just more to keep the neighbors honest. Don't paint your house bright yellow, that kind of stuff. That's what the HOAs in San Antonio really do. I mean, some are a little bit more strict than others, but generally speaking, they're relaxed, right? They just want you to keep a pretty home, so you keep your home values, which, you know, that's how our HOA is where Katie and I live. And so that's really it. The price on this 4,000 square foot house is $787,500. As you can see, it's got the 3-car garage, it's got the covered patio, it's got the little, well, I don't know if that's theirs, that might be theirs, it looks like it is. This house in particular is septic as well. When you get out into the outskirts of San Antonio, many of the communities will be on septic, but they're gonna have city water. So just keep that in mind if you are looking in the outskirts. Some people love septic, some people hate septics. Katie actually has a house in Helotes that has a well, so you don't ever have a water bill, which is awesome. So, you know, when you get into the outskirts, like Garden Ridge, like Helotes, you can check out that video. You know, you just gotta be mindful that you might not have city sewer. You might have to have a septic, which is, you know, something you just gotta keep up annually, like any other thing with your home. Just more maintenance. All right, stay tuned for our best kept secret. This place is awesome. We love taking the kids out to this place. It's grown. You can spend all day. It is a cool place. So check it out, coming up.
All right, so we are here at our best kept secret in Garden Ridge. This is actually 2 family activities in one. And honestly, you could spend a whole day here. You could spend a half a day and just do one. It's really up to you, but you have the Natural Bridges Cavern. So let me just tell you guys about this cavern real quick. In Texas, right now it's August. It's a solid 106 degrees outside. You wanna beat the heat and not be at a pool? This is where you come. It is a solid, 75 degrees in the cavern. Yes. I mean, it's cool. It feels great. You don't have the sun beating on you. The kids have a great time, great history as well. So you have the cavern, but then you also have a wildlife drive-through, safari, ranch, whatever you want to call it. It's super fun. However, I would warn you, those emus and ostriches are freaking aggressive.
Awesome.
They have literally come through my window to peck food out of my hand. And let me just tell you, the kids, they still bring it up years later. I think my 16-year-old now was like 7 when we did it the first time. And he still talks about that memory and how the ostrich tried to attack me. So really fun experience for the kids. They also have a petting zoo. So once you do the drive-through safari, you can go to the petting zoo and pet little goats and pigs, and just like, it's just cute. It's fun for the kids. They have, you know, a little restaurant if you want to get some food. And then Steve, you were saying something about the new zip line that they have.
They got the twisted zip line, which is for kids to get up and just, you know, they harness them in and they can walk around up in the trees. It's really cool. I'm a big kid. I wish they'd let me up there. But yeah, no, it's a great time for the kids just to, you know, blow off some steam and burn some energy outside of the cavern. They just have something to do for all age groups. A little tip, if you're gonna do the safari tour, get there early in the morning. The animals are way more active. I've gone in many different hours, and when you go in the hot, like now, 100+ degrees, the animals tend to bed down. So tip for you.
Yeah, they're laying down in the shade just like all of us want to be, right? They don't have the AC car that you're in on the safari. So definitely a good tip. There's different pricing. You can get a package bundle if you want to do all 3 activities, meaning the zip line, the safari, and the cavern in a day. I personally probably wouldn't do that because it's just a lot. It's a lot of walking in the cavern. So you just want to wear comfortable shoes. I would probably break it up and do it different days, just simply because my patience level would probably not get me through the full day with the kids. But great activities out here in Garden Ridge, close to San Antonio too. But this is an amazing activity for the family. Summer, winter, it doesn't matter. It's hot enough in Texas year round that you can enjoy this any time of the year. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Of course, we only brought you 3 in Garden Ridge. It's a very small community. There's usually only 5 to 6 homes at a time on the market. There are higher priced homes, 2 million plus. It just depends when they come on the market. So if this is a city or suburb that you are interested in, feel free to reach out to Steve and I. We would love to get you some more information and help you find your dream home in Garden Ridge. Thanks so much for checking it out and staying all the way through, and we'll see you guys on the next one.